What's up, you guys? It's your host, Galadon. You're watching Galadon Gaming. Some epic new music for the epic chest in my free-to-play account. Trying to stay positive, talking about domination over higher-level players, talking about getting epic chests for free, when in actuality, it's really about the continuation of the legendary curse. It's true, I've gotten an epic chest on this account, and no legendary chest. Now, you know, I made that video about how I thought the two were linked, and a lot of people said yes in the comments. Yes, Galadon, they are linked. It's true. I got both back-to-back jacks, but apparently the legendary chest occurs before the epic chest and not vice versa, because the legendary chest occurs every other cycle, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. There's so many different reasonings and calculations and discussions and numbers and theories and conspiracies about when and where these chests appear and who doesn't get them. It just comes down to this. I still don't have a legendary on my level 7 free-to-play account, and I'm whining about it. Okay, so I'll stop. It's okay. It's okay. I'm still having fun playing this account despite the fact that I don't have a legendary card. Facing legendary cards, I have faced many a Sparky, a Princess, even minors, and yes, the giant obese bumblebee, as Peter would say, the lava hound, and have come out victorious occasionally with my free-to-play account. And right here, still rocking the Spear Goblin Hut. Man, I just feel like if I can perfect this deck and get better at one deck, as long as nothing gets severely nerfed about this deck, I might be able to continue to get better and better all the time at playing this exact same set of cards. Or I just could be kidding myself. Right now, I'm kind of at the sweet spot, level 7, and so on my level 13 account, obviously, I'm facing high-level tough players. On my level 10 account, or any level account that's going to be qualified for tournaments, I'm going to try myself in challenges and tournaments and fail. And so right now, I'm at this perfect spot where I'm at the level 7 account and just having fun. It's not overly competitive. When I lose to the level 8, 9, 10 players, I always have an excuse. But at the same time, I do kind of feel like I'm sharpening my skills, and I am working towards that ultimate goal of two things, really. I want to get a legendary card, obviously, but I also would like to get to Frozen Peak. I think that would be awesome. Now, I don't know if I'll ever get there as a level 7, but perhaps as a new or mid-range level 8, I will get there. So that's what I'm shooting for right now. In the meantime, just having fun and really learning patience. That is really the name of the game when you're playing at these levels. Trying not to overcommit elixir, do things like this where I throw in a Hog Rider and a bunch of barbs and of course get smashed by a fireball. I usually wait for better opportunities than that one to make my big move. Obviously, that was not the time, nor was it the place. Now, the Valkyrie right there, doing triple duty. The triple duty booty, destroying all sorts of units. I just love my Valkyries. She does so well when she's spinning in the middle of a big group. And that is one of the places where I get my positive elixir trades that give me a chance to push on towers like this Hog Rider. And check out the Fire Spirits, the Fireball, the Knight, everybody converging at once. It's a massive altar. Wait, did he leave? I don't even know what happened there. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I can take credit for that one. We'll check that later. Okay, I'm going to take credit for it anyway. Let's move on to another one. Another level 9 player and another use of the exact same deck, dropping that solitary defensive structure. Yes, I know it's not a cannon or inferno, but I do call it a defensive structure because it is always going to pull in the giants, the balloons, obviously the Hog Riders, in towards the center and give me a little extra time to grind whatever that tower-seeking unit is down. So again, trying not to get too aggressive, and I can't help myself. So the Hog Rider runs out by himself on the right-hand side. I just kind of felt like I didn't have anything else to really play right there. I wanted to save my defensive units, and sure enough, here comes a balloon. So I've got the Fireball, the Dragon. We make quick work of the balloon before it even gets to the tower, and pretty much clearing everybody out. Only the Wizard was left there, and that worked out better than I thought it would. The balloon is actually one of the toughest units for me to counter with this deck, because I don't have a great deal of anti-air damage. Spear Goblins, the Dragon, not putting out a great deal of DPS. Obviously, the Musketeer, my strong card for trying to get that balloon out of the sky. Now here, my opponent drops an curiously placed poison spell. Not sure what the point was behind that, but I'll take it. And it was a little bit of a favor to me there, not doing damage to the right lane tower. Now, I did move the goblin hut off to the right because I figured maybe I should be focusing down this right lane. After all, the Hog Rider got a couple of shots off on that tower. Here we go again with another big push, and the Hog Rider gets frozen. So, not ideal. Doesn't work out quite as well as we had hoped, but we still got more damage off on that tower. Now we're going to try to stop these fire spirits with our own fire spirits. That works out okay. Take a little bit of damage, but we are technically still ahead in the hit point race. All right, we are getting down to the final minute of this battle. Double elixir coming up any moment, and that's usually when I try to make my move. Again, you notice that when I push hard early, it doesn't work out real well. It's usually these pushes here, these mid-range pushes where I'm not waiting for my opponent to play a bunch of stuff, where I'm going on the offense, that don't work out. It's rare because you're really counting on your opponent making counter mistakes right here, rather than putting together a counter push of your own, which really is the way that I usually win. And then sure enough, here comes the surprise card right near the end of the battle, the Royal Giant. And check out the Royal Freeze spell there, catching the dragon and the tower. Not ideal. The Royal Giant and the balloon together cannot get the job done. And look at that defense. Beautiful, if I do say so myself. The dragon moves in over the Hog Rider. The Hog going to get a couple more shots. Okay, maybe one shot on that tower. 402. That is more than 2 fireballs away, though, so we've got to defend again. And our opponent is pretty much a one-trick pony. The balloon and the freeze spell, but the balloon gets in there. It looks like it could be over. Somehow, the balloon doesn't quite get one more shot off on the tower. The counter push moving on its way over there. Here comes the Hog Rider. Come on. 2 shots. 1 shot in the fireball. There it is. The fireball finishes off that tower, and we grab the win against the level 9 player. Hey, you guys, be sure to let me know down in the comments what you think about the different music. It's by the same artist, but a different set of songs. I have all sorts of songs by this artist. Thought I would try it out because some of you were starting to complain, and I don't know, is the epic music too epic? Not epic enough? Let me know. I'm just don't really feel like going to like dubstep or EDM. All right, back to the third battle of the day against Lethal Dead. All right, so yet another level 9 player, and this guy's got the balloon again. I don't know what it is. I keep drawing these guys with the balloons, and again, an early push. This time working out really well. Everybody just kind of gathering together there on that tower, and almost one single push. In fact, no, 3 hit points away. We were so close to getting that tower down within the first minute of the battle. So unusual, especially against such a higher level player. Now we're going to suffer the counter push. The giant getting in there. The witch is still up. The goblins, princess, all sorts of units back there. We've got to get them down. Where is a Valkyrie when you need her? Unfortunately, she was out of the rotation. She would have been absolutely ideal right there. Eventually, we are going to get everybody down, but it's going to take me a while. Here come the fire spirits. Perfect job for the dragon just to soak up those fire spirits. That actually worked out really well. The dragon, a great tank, a great damage soak, and 3 hit points. That's all we needed to grab that tower. 90 seconds left, though. Plenty of time for this player to come back and take one of my towers. And obviously that left tower already looking pretty weak over there. So I'm already thinking that perhaps I need to work right lane. And that's why I dropped the goblin hut, feeding those goblins down to the other tower. Now, of course, my opponent's still bringing on the hard push down that left lane, and it doesn't look good. Between the witch, the giant, and the balloon, I kind of figure it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to stop everything. So, sure enough, the giant is going to smash through the goblin hut, get there, and the balloon as well, and we are going to lose that tower with under a minute left. Just barely. The balloon gets the job done with its dropping bomb. And now the Hog Rider, though, coming on the right-hand side while he's busy trying to counter that big mess on the left. Works out pretty well, gets me some hit points off that right tower, and we can continue to work on it as we are no doubt headed to overtime. An attempt to grab that 2-1 win, but he's got that middle deployment of the giant. I hate that. It is so hard to defend, a little bit easier to defend against than, say, a Royal Giant or a 3 Musketeers in that spot. But we got it down, and the balloon to the fire spirits, yes, doesn't get a single bomb dropped, and we're looking okay. Counter push working its way over there. Fireball to get that princess out of the way. I told you I faced some legendary cards. Not fair. Not fair at all. Okay, time is just about to count down into overtime again with the Goblin Hut. Very patient right here. And I gotta say, I patted myself on the back right here for not pushing hard. There's no reason to rush things going into overtime. And right here, it would have been a big mistake to not have that Goblin Hut down. The balloon would have gotten there. Instead, the balloon falls, the giant falls, and eventually we get the Valkyrie out of the way. Here comes another princess, squeezing in the Hog Rider. He is going to get to the tower. Fireball, beautiful psychic fireball. Right there, the psychic fireball grabs the princess and the spear goblins, and suddenly things are looking good as we're into the final 30 seconds of overtime, and we've got to stop another balloon giant combination. Sure enough, the balloon stalls on the Goblin Hut. The fire spirits, they get arrowed out of the way, but the giant was down. Middle deployment Hog Rider. Check it out. I'm learning, you guys. I am learning. The Hog Rider, the Fireball, the Barbarians get the job done one more time. Little old Galadontgem, little level 7, taking down a big level 9. All right, you guys, thank you again for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. Be sure to go ahead and go down to the comments and rub it in as to how many free legendaries you've gotten on your accounts as I wait for mine. Thank you guys again. Hashtag GalaFam. See you tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadontgem, you want to know how many legendaries I have?